It was a few years ago now, but I had this great idea to start a book series about a blues playing werewolf. Now, that might even sound cartoonish, but here's how the story started. Um, there was this guy named Suleiman who was from West Africa, and he was captured and enslaved in the new America, and his name was changed to Solomon. And Solomon was a musician. He always had been a storyteller and pretty charming with the young ladies. And one of the master's daughters took a shine to him, and she was a bit strange herself, this slave master's daughter. They had kind of kept her away on purpose because she was like that, and you'll find out more about that in the story. Uh, well, he had a regular thing going. He and the slave master's daughter were getting it, and he got caught, and he was brought out to be whipped publicly, public square execution basically. And after he was beaten, his body was left out there for a public spectacle. Only problem was he wasn't dead. He was just unconscious. And that night, at the full moon, he came to and realized he wasn't shackled, even though he was bleeding badly, had lost a lot of blood. He ran into the woods. And when he ran into the woods, he remembered his mother told him to look for the moss that grows on the north side of the tree, and you can find your way to freedom. So after a couple of hours trudging through leeches and water and mud and mosquitoes and all the dangers of a swamp, he realized that moss grows anywhere it wants. It doesn't grow on the north side. So that myth, he was fatigued, he was tired, he was ready to die. And he backed into a stump and leaned up against it, closed his eyes, and heard a growl. And when he looked up, he was staring in the face of a wolf. When he came to, he was inside of a cave being nurtured and nursed back to health by a beautiful young woman, although a little hairier than normal, and named Magdalena. And Magdalena took care of him for the next couple of weeks. When the full moon came again, he realized that he wasn't the same. Magdalena had changed him into a werewolf. And then off in the distance, he could hear the dogs of the slave catchers, and they were out looking for runaway slaves. And now with his new power, he wanted to destroy them. So he took off against Magdalena's wishes and went out to destroy the people who were searching for runaway slaves. Well, turn the page, and now it's modern day. There's this blues musician named Solomon Love, and he's playing the guitar, singing a song called Where the Moss Grows. And there's a reporter at his feet. She's been interviewing him for the last couple of hours. She says, "I never heard that story before." And he goes, "It just reminded me of a time and a place that I used to have and used to be. But I can't talk to you much now. Gotta go." It's late, early in the morning, so he closes up a guitar case, his guitar, and leaves. As he's walking down the street through the alley, he witnesses a crime. But the crime is being perpetrated by the dirty cop who's about to beat the crap out of a young kid. He actually shoots the kid in the face. Solomon witnesses it and says, "Damn," drops his guitar. And of course, the cop hears that, shines his light, and goes after him. Solomon leaves his guitar, changes enough to get his claws out, and climbs the building to escape, knowing he has to come back for his guitar. Bad part is the cop finds the guitar and starts searching for Solomon. And Solomon has to expose himself in a little bit and find out what happened to the kid, find out what this cop knows, and all of that. And that's the beginning of Solomon Love, Where the Moss Grows. That's the story for the first one. And then the second book, Solomon is in New Orleans. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens in New Orleans. And that book is called Voodoo Child. And I think I finished that one 2 years ago, 2016. And now, just finished book 3, and hope it'll be out by Halloween. You can get the first 2 books on Amazon. It's called Solomon Love, Where the Moss Grows, and Solomon Love, Voodoo Child. And this next one's going to be different, though. It's going to feature and talk about Magdalena and a little bit of support stuff for the other 2 books to make it really round out and you really get a sense of this community and all that's happening. And I'm really happy about it. The links for the book should be here. Check it out and join our community. I have a page now, website at kenblanchard.com, and join it. We're going to have book signing and a whole bunch of stuff's coming from this. Check it out. All right? Thanks.